Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Sunday evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. Welcome to the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs, and if I'm not, then I hope things improve very soon. And I hope this weather does improve very soon, because it's been pretty ropey recently. First of all, I'd like to say sorry to my colleague and friend Kate, who I didn't go to her belated birthday drinks yesterday. Again, apologies, I was just really ill with the cold. As you can probably hear for you viewers at home, I am still a bit bunged up because, I just got struck down with a really bad cold, I think on about Friday night. So yeah, that's why I'm sounding a bit husky and such. And while I'm probably looking a bit fuller in the face as well, because I have been eating a bit more the last couple of days as well. But I think I've been in pretty good shape recently, so yeah, I'll work it off. The drink of today's choice is actually something that I have been meaning to do for a few years, but I've just never gotten around to doing it, and it's really one of the quintessential house party drinks, I would imagine, that the archetypal kind of cheap tinny you get from the off-license when you just want a drink to suckle on, and, you just want something that's relatively cheap, relatively strong, but not too weak, also not too strong, and just has a sort of generally palatable taste to it. So that's the kind of thing I associate with something like Red Stripe Canned or Kronenbourg or something like Grolsch, which is something that I've had a few times in the past. The bottled version, arguably, I think, is the best version of Grolsch, but the canned version does have its own mystique to it in that it is something you'll always see at a house party in many student towns, I can assure you. It's actually Dutch, and it's made by the same company who have Asahi under their wings. So I did look up on their website as well here for a little bit more information about the drink, and it says here it's got a colour of medium golden, which is about right, and then it's got a taste of a crisp malty pilsner with a complex depth of flavour that appeals to a developed palate. Yeah, to be fair, it has got a more developed and fuller palate than something like Kronenbourg or canned Carling or something like that. And then it's got an aroma of a naturally green hop aroma. That's not exactly that explanatory, but yeah, it's a pretty fair description. And it says here, premium authentic pilsner with real substance. We've been brewing beers of real substance in the Dutch town of Grolsch since 1615. Our Grolsch premium pilsner has a natural green hop aroma, a crisp finish, and a clean, confident bitterness from the combination of our two Hallertau hops, Emerald and Magnum. This is elevated by deep, malty flavours from carefully selected pale Dutch malts. With Grolsch Premium Pilsner, our aim is to deliver a drinking experience that is both refreshing and full of substance. Enjoy a real beer with full flavour with your friends. Yeah, they recommend drinking it at between 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. Alcohol percentage is 5%, and the master brewer is Peter Kupcher. Kupcher? I'll most likely be mispronouncing that Kingdom Come, but yeah, no, it looks like a pretty balanced kind of beer from the nutritional values I can see here. They've also got the Grolsch Radler, which is a 0.0% lemon beer, and then the Grolsch 0.0%, which is just a 0.0% version of Grolsch. So, yeah, no, they've got a small but very respectable range of drinks, I think, and they are quite well regarded in terms of cheaper and more affordable beer. I can't believe that I've never done a review of this, though. So, yeah, we'll see how this is like. I think this is about £1.56 or something like that, roughly around that region, from my local off-licence. And first of all, I'll say I do actually really like the can. It could do with a little bit more character, but the colours contrast really nicely against each other, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's nice enough. But let's have a quick snifter and see what our first impressions are like. Oh god. Alright. Yeah, that nose isn't bad, actually. Yeah, it's just a bit unremarkable, but 6.5 out of 10, it's fine, it's just not that remarkable, but it's got a good, simple, palatable nose that you can recognise quite easily, so yeah, very respectable. But anyway, we'll have ourselves a quick palate cleanser of water before you see what this sucker tastes like, and to keep in line with its tradition as a house party drink, I'm going to drink it out of the can this time. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So, to everyone at home, bottoms up, and I hope you have a great week ahead. Cheers. It's got a bit more of a bitter finish to it than I remember, and Yeah, it's definitely a bit more hoppy than I remember as well. I haven't drunk this for quite a few years, but I never remembered it being this bitter. That's really quite surprising, actually. But at the same time, it's also very refreshing as well. It's a very light and crisp beer. Yeah, it's not the most refined, and it has got a bit of a muddled texture that kind of does spoil the flavour. A little bit at the end kind of leaves that sort of bitterness hanging a bit without anything to support it in the aftertaste, which kind of does, you know, feel a little bit of a waste. But generally speaking, this is a good beer. It's not amazing, but it is very good. And I think, yeah, if you're going for just a cheap, respectable beer that you're not going to get super smashed on, but you want to get a little bit merry on for a house party, this is probably a safe bet because it's not so strong that it's going to completely ruin your liver, but it is strong enough that it will get you acting a little bit silly and merry at a nice old house party anyway. So, yeah, definitely give it a shot if that's what you're going for. But in terms of like a beer to enjoy, to be fair, in the right mindset, you probably could really enjoy this, actually. And I think the best way to enjoy it would probably be, for me, outside of going to a house party and knocking a few back, would probably be, I would say, eating some spicy peanuts while watching a German or Dutch football game. Something like that. I feel like this has that kind of vibe going for it. So, yeah, give it a shot if you guys like this sort of stuff. And let me know what you think in the comments section down below. As well as that, if you want to suggest any future video drink topics or video formats in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. And leave a like, share and subscribe as well if you did like this video. If you want to check out any of my other social medias, I'll leave the links to all those in the video description down below. And until next time, have fun, stay safe for whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.